right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
Hello. I think I'm back now. Uh, what's going on, everyone?
I was about
I am not on my laptop, on my phone, because my Wi-Fi is completely screwed up. Like, I can't even explain to y'all right now. Like, it's like completely screwed up. I can barely hear Top Guy JJ. There we go. I think did I hit that? Did I move the thumbnail?
You did.
I can't see anything. My laptop is not coming on right now. I'm just gonna talk as long as until I hear Top Guy JJ say something.
I'm talking and everyone else can hear me but you. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Feels like it's been a minute. And then this man can't fucking hear me. What a welcome back, y'all. Uh-oh. You know, how y'all doing? He must have a lot of bad shit to say, because clearly take a week off. Wasn't feeling too great. I couldn't talk really. So that's kind of why I had to take that week off. I needed it for my voice. But yeah, we good now, apparently. But my partner is not. Who do I got for the Super Bowl? If I'm gonna keep it a stack for me, I think the Seahawks are gonna fucking railroad these motherfuckers. But you know, anything can happen. It's the Super Bowl. But I'm putting quite a bit of coin on the Seahawks because I think they're just overall a much better team. This Super Bowl is probably going to be one of the least viewed Super Bowls of all time until the halftime show, until Bad Bunny performs. But yeah, I don't know many people that is going to give a fuck about this one in particular. Drake May and Sam Darnold. I mean, the guys are going to get together. We're going to have our food. We're going to have our drinks. We're going to be talking our shit. But we probably going to be paying more attention to the combo that we having when we're amongst each other, opposed to being like invested into the football game, unless we get like, I remember one of those years, I think it was the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Panthers. Like, no one gave a flying fuck about that Super Bowl whatsoever. But then the game got so good, we all actually ended up becoming invested into it. So that could be a possibility of this game. This game could just turn out to be really good, and then it turns us to be invested. But from the first perspective of it right now, I could give two fucks about this Super Bowl. I'm obviously gonna play some bets. I'm gonna play some wagers. You know, it's the last game of the football season until September, so you got to get it while it getting good. You know, but we gonna see. I hope Sam Darnold gets the chance to shut a lot of people up. And dog, Drake May just started literally in year 2, so I think let him face this big mountain of adversity, and then he'll come back, hopefully not stronger, because he's in the AFC. I know me and Chase don't want to see him coming back stronger and better because he's in the fucking AFC. You know, but I do hope that Sam Darnold gets to get that proverbial can't win the big games monkey off of his back, even though he's already won 3 big games. As far as Cardi B, yo, Cardi B is gonna do everything in her motherfucking power to try to pop out with Bad Bunny, and her man is gonna be there. Like why not? Like why not let her have a little pop out? They got a track together, so why not? And that song is fire. That song will light up that fucking stadium. And it's in Cali, like, you know, why not? Absolutely, I think that should be fire. And it'd be a big I hate this game from our faithful president. The more people we can get on that screen that he does not like, I am all for it. But you know, but I hope she gets to have at least an appearance there. I think she has deserved it. I think she deserves it. She you know, came out with her other album, Am I the Drama? Album's pretty good, actually. If you haven't heard it, it ain't her first one, but it ain't bad. I don't know how to feel about Brian Daboll as our offensive coordinator. I don't know how to feel about Solemn as our head coach. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. But it's going to happen. It's happening. Can't do anything about it. All I could do is root for my fucking team. Kicks I'm kind of looking forward to. There's actually a few. I don't know if anybody in here even knows anything about like footwear or the sneaker game or the sneaker community or anything like that. I'm in a wrestling group. So I don't know if people are gonna understand the terms, but I'll give it a little bit of a shot. But the couple of ones that I'm looking for, I'm definitely getting the reverse infrared sixes. I'm looking for those. I'm looking for the Year of the Horse Kobe's that's coming out literally in about a week. It's a women's shoe, and I don't give a fuck. It's clearly anybody knows I got pink shoes in my collection. I don't give a fuck. I'm looking for those Valentine's Day Jordan 4s. Them shits is gas. Them shits is fire. That's just literally in the month of February. February is going to be kind of an expensive month. So I'm trying to pick and choose because I also recently scored tickets to the Bruno Mars concert in New Orleans for my birthday. So I'm kind of knee deep in a little bit of hole. I'm in a little bit of a hole right now because them tickets were not cheap, but they were market. So I'm happy about that. I'm excited for that shit. That's a bucket list item for me. So I'm excited for that. Excited to see the family in about a month. So that's going to be really, really cool. But yeah, seeing Bruno Mars is something I've wanted to see for a long, long motherfucking time. It's happening literally the day after my birthday. And I get the privilege to go back to New Orleans. Man, I don't know how much I'm going to remember from this trip, but that shit is going to be fire. So I'm definitely looking forward to all of that. And I'm hoping that SP gets to come back soon because either that or we just gonna have to kind of go off some memory here and try to figure out how this Raw. What did y'all think of Raw this past Monday? Just on a quick, what did y'all think of Raw this past Monday, last night, per se? This is supposed to be the go-home show to the Royal Rumble. Mind you, this is supposed to be the go-home show to the Royal Rumble. If I remember right, I think it was held in Toronto, Canada. I don't remember the arena's name. I think that's something that SP will have in his notes or some shit. I don't remember the arena's name, but I know it was held in Toronto. I thought it was a really good crowd. I thought the crowd was pretty good. I'm a little torn, bruh. I'm a little torn because I don't like reading reports. I don't like reading any of that shit, but a little too much of them hits the news feed about what's happening with AJ Styles or what's going to happen with AJ Styles. And the fact that he looked quite emotional opening up Monday Night Raw, I'm like, man, I swear, I just want him to be a really good actor and for this to not be close to his end, because clearly this man's got time left. It's way too early in the year. We just got off of fucking John Cena retiring literally a month and a half ago, and to have to potentially deal with AJ Styles right after that. But if AJ Styles has to retire from the WWE, I don't think he's retiring from wrestling. I don't think he's retiring from wrestling. And the fact that he hinted at that shit during his promo, I was like, this motherfucker knows what he's doing. He is a professional. Because he hinted at all of the people that he would like to fight around the world. But then he spun back on it and then said he wants to be a world champion again. It's like, you ain't slick. You ain't slick. You ain't slick, bruh. I heard that. I know most of the people heard that, but you ain't slick. All the people around the world. Yeah. A lot of people in AEW that you want to fight, bro.
Okay. I can hear you now.
Yeah. There we go. You see? Thank God. Thank God we were just able to just have some off the whim, just chopping it up. We talked about sneakers. I talked about my Bruno Mars trip. I just talked about.
I was listening to a bit of it. Like, I was in the backstage area, and you kept freezing for me, and I was like, "It's not you, it's me." It felt like it was a bad relationship. It felt like a bad relationship where I was like, "Oh my God, what is going on?"
Hey, you're here. Thank goodness, you're back. You're here. You didn't ruin my return. You almost got, what the fuck?
Well, I had to go to the right brand. I had to go to the right brand, Well, my bad. Sorry for the technical difficulties on my end, everyone, but there are massive floods in the UK area and my area right now, so my Wi-Fi has been crap all day.
We just came off of that. We came off of the apocalyptic snowstorm. That
I heard about that.
Yeah, all 12 inches of it.
Jeremy when I was with Indoese, he told me right before the show, he was like, he had like 14 inches in Ohio.
Yeah, it's gonna feel a lot more than it turned out to be, because of the weather here. It's so cold and the temperature is not gonna break anytime soon. So that snow is just gonna sit there. That snow ain't gonna melt. This snow is just here. Like, this shit is just here. People are just shoveling it, and now you got that New York dirty snow outside. Like, it is fucking terrible. But it was a healthy amount of snow. It was a healthy amount of snow. I did get 2 free work days off, though, with pay. So I was happy about that. Let's go.
Sweet. I love it.
What? I got to catch up on some shows. I started watching His and Hers on Netflix.
I've heard good things about that one.
It's actually, you know what? It's gonna drag, but it's pretty good. And it got kind of spicy at literally the end of the first episode. I was like, God, sheesh. And then I got to saw this insane motherfucker climb this goddamn skyscraper with no protection.
I saw that on the news. Was that on Netflix?
Yes, it is. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, bro, this man is climbing shit that I wouldn't even climb off 10 feet. This man is like 1,000 feet high. So, like, if you look at essentially, if you see like the Avengers Tower, like, this man is trying to scale the A of the Avengers Tower with his bare hands. And Seth Rollins was actually commentating on it, and that man was getting stressed out.
And this is a man that's climbed steel cages, and he's like, I would never do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but got to watch WWE Unreal. I haven't had the chance to watch this many shows.
What did you
In a
think about
long time.
Unreal? What did you think about Unreal season 2? We talked about that on the flagship podcast on Saturday.
Anything about the man with the H's, I just feel like he's a full-blown liar to me, in my opinion, but obviously we all knew this. But seeing some of the stories was really cool to me. I thought seeing some of the, like, them diving a little bit more into giving the R-Truth almost half an episode, kind of, and I try to look at it from a positive perspective instead of just kind of nitpicking everything I didn't like. The fact that R-Truth got so much time and exposure on there, the fact that you got to really get a really good glimpse into Lyra Valkyria, into how she handles herself. I thought that was really good. Chelsea Green got another spotlight on that show, which I thought was pretty dope. The story, like the bond, obviously it, but when you hear how much R-Truth meant to like Road Dogg, like, and how much he means to him, that meant a lot. Like that was pretty cool to see. And Paul, I like how they kind of like teased the Paul Heyman thing and kind of made it seem like he's not a fan of the show. But then when you actually watch the show, it literally is just him working into explaining how this shit works. It's like, oh, y'all some assholes.
I said this on True. Yeah, I'll say it here. I like to look at Unreal as a comedy. It's a comedy. Because like you have to realize that a lot of this is manufactured by WWE, that they're showing you what they want to show you in the writer's room and the behind the scenes of it all. And the fact that the Unreal season 2 made the writing room look like the biggest idiots in all of this company is just hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that those are the things that I did like. So I liked, there's the individual superstar stories I was a fan of. Like, I like the breakdown of how Io and Rhea did that Evolution match. Like, I thought that was really cool.
I said on the flagship that the superstars came off all right. The only one who didn't come off all right was Seth Rollins.
I mean, because I didn't like it from this. I didn't once it became real. And once you guys kind of shed that light that it was a work, I didn't like it at all. I didn't like none of it. I didn't even as, oh, that's a part of, trying to get them or whatever. Like, nah, you don't get people that way because karma's going to always come back to you. And clearly it happened. And it's like, and it's like, you don't play with shit like that. You don't play with pretending to have a real injury and shelling people. Like, you don't play with shit like that. Like, you just don't. Like, I'm a firm believer in what goes around comes around, and that shit came back full throttle on his ass. Motherfucker gonna miss the Royal Rumble. He if he barely makes it to WrestleMania, like he was at the peak of his little fame with this fucking vision shit. And you didn't have to fake an injury and create a whole angle for that. You didn't have to do any of that. And then the things that I didn't like, though. I didn't like that you didn't see any internal real disagreements. Like the fact that you only got to see like Road Dogg getting a little upset because he was talking about R-Truth. Like, and every disagreement that we saw on that show was based on what they was feeling about when it came to R-Truth. That was literally the only type of disagreement that you saw on that shit. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, like, I'm pretty sure y'all disagree with shit with the John Cena run. I'm pretty sure y'all disagree with championship matches.
Well, but they exposed that the John Cena babyface turn was so haphazardly put together because they didn't realize Cody was leaving for Street Fighter, so they had to get it done before SummerSlam.
That's on them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's on them. Like, they're a bunch of dickheads. Like, how the fuck you don't know what your number one superstar that you're putting your flag on is doing? Like you don't ask your employees, do you plan on going on vacation? Do you plan on taking any, like, you're the hottest name in the company. Did you get any phone calls about any potential roles? Did you get any opportunities to take something that's going to take some time away from this storyline? Like, how the fuck do you not dive into that shit with your number one guy? But then on the same coin, you sit here and you let Roman Reigns take fucking months and months and months off. But then y'all good with that. But then you don't ask the guy that you're putting your fucking flag on any of these questions. And I completely understand the thing with Roman Reigns. So it's like, I get it. And I get that, like, Roman Reigns is dealing with a lifelong illness that he will have to deal with for the rest of his life. So he cannot work a absolute full-time schedule. That I get. Totally understand that. And that's why, like, I be joking, like, just come to work, bro. Just come to work. But when you look in reality, it's like, yeah, you don't want to overwork him, and you don't want him to miss any treatments, and you don't want him to miss cycles. So he comes back a lesser version of himself, and he can't give us the man that we all envision. I get that. I don't get the lack of accountability and the lack of management to the Cody Rhodes schedule. I did not understand that shit whatsoever. Like, how the fuck you do not know this man is going to be gone for 6 weeks? 6 weeks? That's half a season, dog. Like, so, like, they yeah, and the fact that they give you exactly what they want you to see, but then try to give you glimpses of a peeled back curtain, like, it's like, all right, if you want it to be unreal, give us the shit that they don't agree with. Give us the shit that causes a little bit of disturbance and friction between the conversation that they having before the events immense and before they happen. Like, don't cherry pick this shit, because literally the only thing they cherry picked was our truth.
Yeah, that they did show them downing basically LA Knight and that depressed look he had on his face after the men's Money in the Bank.
I mean, he deserved that shit. He deserved that shit. He deserved that shit. If they went over that shit in the match and he did none of the things that they talked about, he deserved that shit. That's and it's like, damn, there's always two sides to the story when it comes to these talents. And it's like, did they only tell you what they wanted you to see? Or did he just legitly not listen or reenact the fucking rehearsals that they literally did in order to create a bigger spectacle? Like, is he really going out there and doing his own thing? Like, if he's really going out there and doing his own thing, he deserves everything that's coming his way. He deserves all that shit. He deserves all the fucking lack of TV time, lack of push, all that shit. Because the difference between, like, what his lack of accountability was when he's just doing whatever the fuck he wants out there, and how fucking, like, depressed in the moment Lyra Valkyria was for missing her spot, the difference between the two was palpable.
Nah, I think it was the same. You had that look of depression on LA Knight's face, except they didn't have him, like, he's not gonna cry. He's got his emotions in check a little bit more. But when Triple H was telling him, like, you were supposed to do this, you were supposed to come close, and then blah blah blah. I'm sorry, that idea that he came up with, it wouldn't have made a difference. It wouldn't have made a difference. It's still Seth Rollins winning the matchup, so it does not matter.
You did not execute what they asked you to.
Yeah,
I get
that. I get that 100%. But I feel like I feel like the fact that was seen, that was shown on the show was intentional.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It kind of is like, this is why we're not pushing LA guys.
It was one of those. That's how it felt.
Yeah,
like it
no,
felt
this is
like
why we're not pushing them. And it's like, all right, I'm going to give you a reason without giving you a reason.
Yeah.
He's a fuck up, and I'm going to show you he's a fuck up. And it doesn't make it feel any better, but it kind of gives you the WWE reason. But it doesn't give you, but you don't get to hear LA Knight's point of view. You don't get to hear how this was discussed to LA Knight. You don't get to hear if this was changed on the fly, because during them talking about this ladder match, they were still fucking confused on how to finish the match. They still
but like Jay said here, it made no sense that they're saying, no, you're supposed to go up there, you fight with Seth and you push him off, and then you're so close, you got your hands on the thing, and then Seth pulls you down, stomp, boom. Like it's like, dude, how many times are you've done the same finish with LA Knight multiple times. That's literally the same finish that happened at the 2023 Money in the Bank when Damian Priest won. LA Knight had his hands on the briefcase, and then Damian Priest comes out, he choke slams him, and then he loses. You can't do that 3 years in a row.
You know what, SP? What I was going as, and I try to kind of play the role of employee when I was watching that little segment right there. I'm trying to listen as an employee, as like my boss would be breaking it down for me. And it made no sense. Like, it made no sense. Like, explain to me how I got my hands on a title after I pushed a man off of the ladder, but he still managed to pull me down. And then how are you going to work into just me taking a clean stomp? Like, I just get stomped out of nowhere. Like, how the fuck does a stomp occur? Like there's no back and forth. There's no other person hitting you with the ladder. There's no other person screwing me. There's no other person doing anything. I'm just supposed to let him pull me down, and then I fall to the ground, and then he stomps me, then he goes up. Like, it made no sense. And I'm just like, in his perspective, he probably did what he thought made sense.
Yeah.
And that's why I wish that we were able, like, and that's why they didn't let him talk. They didn't let him talk. They only let him talk during the little kayfabe injury, but they didn't let him talk after that to get his perspective. That would have made it a little bit more unreal if you would have got to hear his side and got to hear what he had to say about what his interpretation of how the match is supposed to end.
Yeah, and I think when we were talking about it on the flagship, we made the connection that maybe that mess up of the men's Money in the Bank finish is the reason why Seth didn't want to tell LA Knight about the fake injury. Because that was the part that made Seth look horrible on this Unreal. It's Triple H explaining that Seth did not want to tell LA Knight about the fake injury. I was like, this dude has an unbelievable amount of entitlement and just arrogance. Like,
yeah.
That was the words that define the company mindset. It's arrogance, it's lack of self-awareness, and it's entitlement. It's all of those things. And the overall vibe of season 2 was, we're so much smarter than y'all. We have to explain all of this. We have to explain why we're so much smarter than you.
Yeah, and yeah, that with I just was baffled when Triple H explained Seth Rollins' thinking. It was like, so you want to sell something with an angle in the ring that you are participating somebody with, and you don't want him to know? So you want him to be consciously responsible for injuring you, but then you're not really injured? What kind of dickhead processes that and thinks that, oh, we shouldn't tell the person that I'm participating with that this is happening. Like, yeah, man, WWE's got a bunch of fucked up minds, bro. Like they're all so selfish.
Yeah.
Like they're so selfish. But that starts from the top. That starts from the brainchilds up top. And that shit gets fed into these cats' minds. And it's almost like they won't realize how stupid they are until they become like Randy Orton's age.
Yeah, I think Orton's humbled himself over the years. He used to be like this though.
That's what I'm saying. Until you become his age, then you start to understand the ins and outs and the weeds and the rights and the wrongs of the business. Like Randy Orton is in the perfect place for him mentally right now.
Yeah. But we're gonna post up our review of Unreal up on the channel from the flagship podcast this weekend, so you have a standalone review of the show. But let's talk about last night, a Monday Night Raw on Netflix. What did you think about the crowd last night in Toronto, Ontario, Canada?
I thought they were good. I thought it was a nice crowd. I thought it was a really hot crowd. They were ready for the event. And they showed out. They cared about pretty much everything last night, which was pretty cool. So good on Toronto. Great crowd. You know, Toronto's a good wrestling city. So they showed out. They were good.
Michael Cole claimed that there was 17,853 in attendance. I think WrestleTix said it was about 15,619. So it was basically a sellout in Scotiabank Arena. Before we get into that, I didn't do it earlier because of my technical difficulties, but we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back even 38 minutes in. The simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on the video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. Hear your thoughts on last night's Monday Night Raw. And of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to Rated Raw Review and our consistent coverage of WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and everything in between, you could do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We got and we had a lot of super chats last week. I put the goal was Romeo has to show up once a month, but then Romeo switched it up and said he only has to show up next month.
Well, I could make the once a month happen.
He said, I'm just gonna take one Tuesday off.
I'll make the once a month happen. I will find a Tuesday that I'm sick every month. And your ass better show up to your own show.
See,
how about that?
That's a great loophole. Great loophole there. But thank you so much for the super chats last week. We appreciate any super chat donations you give on any of our shows. Always appreciate y'all for that. But let's get into last night's Monday Night Raw. There was shots of the stadium and Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for this Saturday's Royal Rumble, followed by a shot of fans lined up outside of Scotiabank Arena in snowy Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We see Stephanie Vicaire and Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods getting haircuts. We see the Vision, including Braun Breaker, all arriving at the building earlier today. And we kick off things with the music of
why? Why do we need to see people showing up to the arena?
I have no idea. They think it's like sports. It's like the NBA game when we see people arriving at the building.
It's like stupid. You need to see the New Day getting fucking haircuts.
But we did see the wonderful hair of AJ Styles to kick things off. He comes out to a huge ovation from the crowd. AJ gets on the mic and he claims that Gunther claimed that he would end his WWE career at the Royal Rumble. That was Gunther's plan. Yes, words mean something. Context is key. But he says that Styles didn't plan on going anywhere. There were light FU Gunther chants at this point. Styles acknowledged that 2026 would be the year that he retired, but he wasn't saying that to upset anyone. He was saying it so they could enjoy it together. John Cena showed him how he could say goodbye. He says 2025 was Cena's year, and there's no reason that 2026 couldn't be his. There were men in locker rooms all over the world that he would love to wrestle one more time.
Context.
Absolutely. He also said that he wanted to be a world champion one more time.
That's how you
As he was about to continue, the music of CM Punk hit and he came out to a big reaction. And as soon as he came out, the fans knew what they were about to get. Punk said that he's known Styles for more than 20 years. He says that they've been friends, they've been enemies, but he says that right now, as he stands here in this ring, he feels that there is nothing but respect between them now. Styles agreed. Punk didn't understand, though, he says this with all due respect, that he didn't understand what AJ was doing, putting his career on the line against Gunther. Guys like them still had a lot left in the tank, and the stakes on Saturday were way too high. Styles accused Punk of thinking that he couldn't beat Gunther. Punk says that he doesn't saying that. He knew Styles could beat Gunther. He says, I saw it. You did beat Gunther. But the last time that they wrestled, Styles did not get his hand raised. And if Styles did retire, that meant that the two of them could never go one-on-one and wrestle in a WWE ring. Styles knew what Punk meant about facing Gunther, but thought that he was being a little bit disrespectful. Styles had an idea, though, as the fans start chanting, fight tonight, fight tonight, fight tonight. Styles told Punk, I know I can beat Gunther, and I know I can beat you. Punk said that Styles can't prove that if he loses on Saturday. They both looked into the crowd, but CM Punk was looking into the crowd and into the camera more times than Zach Morris does on an episode of Saved by the Bell. It was crazy. Styles said that if they did fight tonight and he won, he should be number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship after he beats Gunther. Punk said that if they were going to wrestle tonight in Toronto, he says that he was going to be a fighting champion, so it would be for the belt. Everyone cheered. Punk made the match official and they shook hands. So the main event for tonight's Monday Night Raw was CM Punk versus AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight Championship. This was a good segment. I like the delivery, the promos from both guys. The crowd really helped this. The crowd being so enthusiastic about seeing them fight with the fight tonight chant and the reactions that they were getting. It kind of was mistimed with a couple of like Punk and Styles kind of waiting for a reaction or thinking they were going to get a certain reaction and they didn't get it, and then they did get it afterwards. But I thought that the execution, it was well done to set up that main event matchup that everybody and their mama would want to see if this is in fact going to be AJ Styles' final episode of Monday Night Raw. What did you think, especially of AJ Styles' promo with the context that he used of Gunther ending his WWE career and still there was men in locker rooms all over the world that he wanted to face?
I mean, took it two ways. It was either him just dangling that fruit to, you know, open up our possibilities and potential things for happening. But it was also well done. It was well done on his part because him using WWE career is like, what you said? And then wanting to fight people all over the world. Wait, what? But then there was a great recovery when he says he wants to be world champion again. And it was like, you ain't low. You already said it. You already said it, dog. So it almost to a degree, like, because his contract truly expire in February?
Yes.
I still don't think they have a deal finalized. Like, and that's just me taking a swing at the fucking ball. Like, I don't think that they got it. And for some reason, like, if they get to lock in a deal, probably by like today or tomorrow or some shit, because they like to fucking do this shit last minute with all of their fucking talents. More than likely, they don't get a fucking deal done until like whether it's Wednesday, Thursday. Then they could probably book the match a little differently and have AJ Styles come out on top. But if they don't get to book a deal, then they could probably stick with their original plan of Gunther ending his career. But then they're probably also thinking he ain't going to retire from wrestling. So he's got to... You are not going to let that man walk out of the WWE with 11 months left, knowing that you can get that out of him on your television. Like, it's WWE, so you could possibly be this stupid, but you shouldn't be this stupid to let that legend, literally a fan favorite for the entire decade, heel or not, in WWE's history, just walk away in January. Like, that's just, it would be WWE, but smarten up, because clearly, based off even the reaction of the fans and what they would love to see, who wouldn't want to see one more AJ Styles championship run, even if it's in a transitional phase?
I mean, I took this promo as, yes, AJ knows what he's saying. AJ knows that he's kind of, like you said, dangling the carrot in front of the fans by his wording of everything. The WWE career, there's guys in locker rooms all over the world that still want to face. So I am saying that there has to be a percentage that even win, lose, or draw on Saturday, AJ Styles is going to wrestle again. And he intentionally put out there, this was very much akin to a lot of the promos that we heard from Edge in 2023. Edge was saying a lot of this kind of stuff. Like, it sounded like more of, I'm ending my WWE run with this contract, but I do plan on wrestling again. Now, am I saying that he's going to show up at like a Revolution, like Annika says, if AJ lose, I'm looking at tickets for Revolution? No, I would put a percentage on it though, and I wouldn't have before. I know, like, I've seen Chase in the chat who says he thinks that AJ is a WWE guy. I think that people are focusing way too much on one set of comments that AJ said, where he said that, he planned on working with WWE for a long time and that he wanted to do something backstage with WWE in the future, and not paying more attention to other things that AJ has said. Like that, like the unintentional, the promo they had him cut in the commercial break last year on Raw Netflix, when he was talking about people backstage aren't using me right, and he said that that was something that they wanted him to say and they never followed up on it. Okay, that's fair. But his son also said that he didn't like how WWE was using him. And we all know that AJ's sons are like the closest people to him, basically. His kids are like his world. So I think that there is a percentage of AJ that would want to wrestle somewhere else, would want to have one more match in a TNA ring, would like to have one more go against Samoa Joe. Maybe one more go with Samoa Joe and Christopher Daniels, because there's only one company you can do that. Maybe one more go, maybe finally finish the story 10 years later with Kenny Omega, the man who betrayed him when he left New Japan Pro Wrestling and created the Elite, created this groundswell that created a whole new company, a first competitor to WWE with AEW. Maybe the Young Bucks. He would like to team up with the Young Bucks one more time. Maybe he would love to have one match with Will Ospreay, the guy that says that he's like been inspired by AJ Styles. I think there is a percentage. I'll put it at a low percentage, but I'll put it at like 10%. There's 10% chance AJ Styles, if he loses to Gunther at the Royal Rumble, I can see him wrestling in another company afterwards. And it's not anything that WWE can do. WWE can offer him a contract to get him until December and stuff like that. And yeah, they probably are going to try to do that. But I think that this is up to AJ at the end of the day, what he wants to do. And if he wants to fulfill a couple of things still left on his bucket list before he retires in December, I can see him going to another company.
If we're thinking logically, and we're thinking common sense, and hopefully that part wins in this discussion with him. If you sign with the WWE for 11 more months, what are the chances you're going to get to do something that you have not done? Like, you're going to be spinning the block with people that you have not wanted to fight. You're going to be spinning the block with people that you've already mixed it with multiple times. Like, what's in it for you if you decide you're going to finish this ride with the company? You literally have a year's blueprint of what they did to what they considered the greatest of all time. You are not that in their eyes, my friend.
No.
And what the other side of this coin is, I don't think WWE understands how big AJ Styles still is.
No.
Like,
I don't think that I think maybe like when you see the matchup, did you watch the matchup with Nakamura at Saturday Night's Main Event?
It was a complete
that was arguably one of their best, if not their best WWE match. Their best WWE match
in
that they've had.
WWE,
Yeah, like it was excellent. When you see stuff like that, when you see the Gunther match from a couple of weeks ago, I don't know how you can look at AJ Styles in the ring right now and not say he's top 5, top 10 in your entire company. He's still one of the best in-ring performers when he's out there, and he's still a big star. He's a former WWE World Champion. He's a top star for this company, and he has been since he got here 10 years ago. Like, I think that they should have been doing way more. As soon as you know, and AJ's been saying that he's been thinking about retirement for over a year. Like, it's been over a year. He didn't make it official until like October last year, but he's been thinking about retirement for over a year. And they could have done so much more over the last year with AJ Styles. But I think that they showed their cards of where they view AJ Styles all this time. And that's why I said I'm willing to put a percentage on it. Remember, on our 2026 predictions that we did, I also said that I think that AJ Styles will retire in AEW. I think that I could see him signing like a 5 to 6 match contract. He's got the Ospreay match, a match with the Young Bucks, a match with Joe, a match with Omega. And then he can get up out of here and he can retire happy. And he checked all the boxes, no unfinished business for himself.
And what AEW would do for AJ Styles to lure him in, knowing that he's on his way out, they would make that shit so special. They would make it so special and literally almost like, give me your list of opponents, who you want. Go through my roster.
I think that's another thing. That's another thing that's a key, that he can basically book his retirement tour with AEW. He doesn't have that luxury with WWE. You've seen that with Cena. Cena's not going to book his own retirement. They're not going to let AJ do his thing. But if AJ tells them, this is the guys I want to do, like I said it on In the Weeds, I'll say it here. I can see them fucking showing up. I can see them fucking showing up at AJ Styles' house like he's fucking Tony Stark with his kid and his wife in Endgame, and the whole Avengers of AEW, Ospreay, Omega, the Young Bucks, Christopher Daniels, and Samoa Joe with Tony Khan's checkbook in hand are coming to him like, we need you for this time heist. We need you to save the world. We need you to come to AEW.
Dog.
This is
what they did to John Cena should be more than enough evidence. When John Cena announced that he was going to retire, he pitched to work the entire year full-time. These dickheads decided on 36 days. It's the WWE that decided 36 days, not John Cena. The WWE's dumbasses decided 36 days instead of letting John Cena do that one last full-time run that he wanted to do for the 12 months. That would have meant anywhere from 75 to 100 appearances from John Cena. But no, it's like they need control. They need to have control of the situation and narrative. So if they did that for somebody, hi Harlem.
she just came in and told me, shut up, Dada, and told me her chocolate is gone.
Oh my God. Well, you gotta go find that chocolate, bro. But if they did that to their arguably greatest superstar ever, for everything that John Cena did, for the hundreds and hundreds of Make-A-Wishes that he did, for the fucking billions or millions of shirts and apparel that he sold for that company, for all of the arenas and stadiums that he sold out, and that's what they did for him, dog, you got to see the writing on the wall. You got to see the writing on the wall. Like, the WWE is going to be a motherfucking machine with or without you. And with AJ Styles, hopefully, if he moves on, AJ Styles is going to bring viewership to AEW. AJ Styles is a draw. Like, especially when put in prominent position, that man's a draw. And that little fraction of people that will stop watching WWE because they have disrespected John Cena, AJ Styles, and Edge in a 3-year span. And it's like the fact that you could do that to all of these legends, and then AEW ushers them in with open arms. Now, the Adam Copeland run didn't go the way people, I don't know what people anticipated for Adam Copeland, but Adam Copeland was fine. I thought,
I think it was fine. We got Power Drive Finisher who says, I always saw Edge as a WWE guy. 100%. He's a WWE guy. That's for sure. He says, didn't really get why he went to AEW when, in my opinion, I didn't think he belonged, but hey, get that bag. No, I 100% understood why he was going to AEW. It's 2 words. Very simple. Christian Cage. That was it. Like, and that's what makes me put a percentage on AJ Styles, is because AJ Styles has those guys that he is just
so many friends
connected to. Yeah, he's just connected to like on another level that could probably convince him with the right amount of money, with the right type of situation, to take a shot at just finishing your career with a company that real value. Because as we've seen with all of these kind of indie legends of the 2000s, Tony Khan loves these guys. How did he treat CM Punk? He treated CM Punk he made him fucking part of management, basically. He made him have his own show when things went wrong. He gave him the world.
He created Collision for CM Punk.
He created the world for him. Like, he gave him a whole show for his debut. He treated him like a god. Samoa Joe in WWE, he got hurt a couple of times, but they never pushed him to the level that he was at in Ring of Honor or in TNA in the beginning run of TNA. But when he went to AEW, 2-time AEW World Champion, first ever double champion, men's double champion who held 2 titles from AEW at once, won the Ring of Honor TV title before that. Like, he has given Samoa Joe the world, where Samoa Joe finally feels like he's back at the level he was in Ring of Honor, not even in TNA. TNA treated him badly, like the second half of his run, but like, he has treated Samoa Joe like a godsend. And that's, like, these guys that came up in the 2000s, Tony Khan treats them like oh my God, I got you. I'm going to treat you to the world. Sting, a guy from the 90s, he treated him like a godsend and really gave him the perfect send off his final years in wrestling. I don't know how you could see that and then see what WWE has been doing to these guys closing out their career and not say, maybe I might want to try this out for my final few months of my career.
Yeah, it's like they would roll out the red carpet for this guy. Like if he stays with WWE, he'll be working for another year over there. If he goes to AEW, and this is not, everybody doesn't have this privilege, so don't get it twisted. Everyone don't have the privilege that AJ Styles has earned. AJ Styles' career and his resume and the desire and the want from everywhere that does not have him would fucking grovel at his feet for the chance to have him in their ring, on their TV, in their program, in the cities that they're traveling to. Like, it would be a major difference between work and him just doing performances with all of the people that he basically came up with, and they're not going to do it. It would be very difficult to be in that scenery, to be in that scenery, and to do it wrong. It'd be very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Sergio who says, my dream is for AJ to go to AEW and finish his run with his friends, the Elite, and have matches with Hangman, Swerve, Ospreay, and the last match be with Omega. And like you said, this is us like fantasy booking and thinking about it. The likelihood, like I said, it's very low. It's very low. It seems, it's totally up to him, and he can decide that he really wants to end his career on Sunday, or WWE and him can come to some type of agreement and he can beat Gunther on Saturday and his career continues. However, the downside to that part is that would be booking malpractice, that Gunther beats John Cena last month and then a month later on his first PLE, he fucking loses.
I mean, they could also do a no contest finish too. They can also do some bullshit where it's like a DQ or some bullshit. Like that's
worse. Yeah, that's worse than either one of those outcomes.
It's like if they're in the middle of negotiating and they feel like they're tight, they're kind of close, there isn't going to be a finish on Saturday. There's going to be, whether it's disqualification or no contest, or it's going to be some bullshit to drag it out for another few weeks. And that would be essentially them telling you, we're still negotiating. And that's what I think, like, for if I'm in a position, if I was like blessed to be in a position like that, and I got like one company that is like, that I know literally as soon as I walk out this door, they're gonna fucking grovel at whatever I want and kind of accommodate to my needs. And then for them to, we might have an offer for you. Now it's kind of feeling like, all right, y'all gonna still treat me the same, but then I got this place here that is gonna make this shit my home. But it's a different place, so it's gonna feel different. It's gonna be an adjustment. Do you just stick to what you know? Or do you really go adventure and look at yourself and be like, yo, I'm almost 50. I need to enjoy my time. I need to enjoy the rest of my life. No one knows that but AJ Styles. No one knows the answer to that question but AJ Styles. Does he want to just sit there in the machine, or does he want to go and be adventurous?
Yeah, it's totally up to him at the end of the day. But I like the 10% chance.
Everybody,
I want
that 10% to be way higher.
Yeah, for real. We
I
do
want
got
to be so much higher.
we got a super chat donation from Josh D from CT. Thank you so much for the support. He says season 3 Unreal, LA Knights Redemption. He falls in company 9, and this is what we do.
They're not gonna base that much TV. They're not gonna base that much of their fucking recording and documenting on LA Knight. They don't respect him. Y'all need to really understand. They don't respect that man. Like y'all just understand that they don't respect him. And the only way they're gonna respect him, that fall in line part, yes, that part is true. But even if he starts to fall in line, he's gonna do one little thing that is not what they want, and they're gonna just start all over with him.
Yeah,
like they've removed him from television. like he has not been on TV for over a month.
he'll be at the Royal Rumble, I'm sure.
But for what reason? Why did they just remove him from television? Like it's like and they'll sit there and feed you the pop is going to be really big when he returns. Is it?
You know, we think about these storylines as fantastical. We like these fantastical storylines that are otherworldly. It's long-term storytelling, and you know, we write you off of television, and then you come back at the Royal Rumble, you get this huge, big pop, and then you eliminate Logan Paul. Boom! You eliminate Austin Theory. Boom, boom! Then you eliminate Bronson Reed. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, you eliminated him!" And then you're speared by Braun Breaker, and he eliminates you. How does that sound?
I mean, bro, like what the fuck? Like, but they just randomly just take stars off TV for no reason. Like another
Rusev, Street Profits,
Tiffany Stratton.
Well, Tiffany Stratton was injured. She was hurt.
She had a 5-month injury.
Well, she's been out for like nearly 3 months.
She hasn't been on TV since she lost the championship.
Yeah, that was November 1st.
That's fucking ridiculous.
We got Chrissy Love in the chat saying just like they did for Sting, she wants a Sting run for AJ in AEW. Great to see you, sis.
Yeah,
in the chat.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding. We've seen it. Like we've seen it multiple times. Like hell, like look what they've done for Christian Cage.
Yeah. Christian, there's so many examples of people who just seem like their careers were just gonna end on like a down note. Samoa Joe, Sting, Christian Cage, who went to AEW and they just got a new lease on life.
Like that shit is real. Like then you got your examples like like Saraya and shit like that. But you know
Saraya, the Hardys.
Yeah, you got those examples, but But
this is catch-22, yeah.
But but AJ is much bigger than both those people that we in all respect to the Hardys. AJ Styles is bigger than that.
And remember, and the key part that people have to remember as well is that the first ever Dynamite, there were plans because AJ was a free agent back in 2019. They had already made plans for AJ to be a part of that first Dynamite. Remember the booking that they talked about, the Good Brothers. They was like they were thinking about signing to AEW with AJ. They were gonna have a moment with the Elite in the ring, and then they were gonna turn on them, and it was gonna be this big Bullet Club Civil War to start off AEW Dynamite.
Yeah. But you know what? My mood just immediately just got somber real quick. Because something my intuition is just telling me they're gonna focus on Chris Jericho. They're gonna focus WWE. Their focus is gonna be getting back old ass learning tree Chris Jericho.
It's like we don't need AJ. We got Chris Jericho. You can have AJ Styles.
Yay!
You can have AJ Styles. He's done. He's over with. We got Chris Jericho back, baby.
Even though Jericho's older than fucking AJ, but sure.
He is.
Y'all know I ain't lying.
we got We got a super chat donation from our boy Chuck Berries, our True Hill Heat member of the year. He says, just paying my dues to Harlem as usual. LOL. She appreciates it. Says, shout outs to Chrissy in the chat. And where is Romeo? LOL. What's really good? SP3 and Top Guy JJ. Great to see you in the chat, Chuck Berries. Always appreciate the support and seeing you show your support in the chat like that. Appreciate you, good brother. We got a bunch of people who's looking for AJ Styles matches in AEW. Sponge Boy says, I want AJ versus Eddie Kingston. We got Annika who says, oh, AJ versus Moxley, SmackDown 2006, give it back. There's so many options, man.
They got
so many options.
Unless he's like really like fucked up. Unless he's really like fucked up. I even think Bryan Danielson would lace him up one more time to wrestle AJ Styles in AEW.
Oh, you know he would. You know he would.
Like
you definitely. Claudio Castagnoli.
So like, oh my, the fantasy booking that can come out of AEW is out of this world. It's out of this world.
And we're just talking about people that he has history with. What about the people that he's never faced before? AJ Styles versus MJF would feed families. AJ Styles versus Swerve Strickland could be a match of the year. AJ Styles versus Hangman Adam Page could be the match of the decade.
So give me AJ Styles and Kyle Fletcher.
Give me some of the other people he got history with. AJ Styles versus Kazuchika Okada.
AJ Styles versus Inosuke.
AJ Styles versus Mark Briscoe.
Come on, man. Stop it. Just stop it. AJ and Swerve. Dog, like, the buffet is open. The buffet is open.
We would be eating so good. AJ Styles versus Kevin the Jet Knight. AJ Styles versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Come on, man.
Slap. Oh my God. And just one for the road. You got to do AJ and Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah. Definitely.
Like,
definitely.
Man. But then,
it's too good to be true. It's too good to be true.
Like it's hard to mess up. Like it's too hard to mess up with that buffet of talent. Like it would be too difficult. My God.
AJ Styles bodying Darby Allin. Oh my God.
Even AJ and Ricochet in AEW ring would slap.
Yep. They had good matches in WWE, but it would be on another level in AEW. Different. Another level. Yeah. It's too good. It's too good to be true. Like I'm convinced now. It's too like talking about it. It's like this too good. Like this is a dream. This is only a dream. You know what? It's not reality.
AJ Styles needs us as friends.
We would be like, you gotta do this. You gotta do this.
Like, dog, the bread you would make, the merch you would sell in AEW, the fucking treatment you would get. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Man.
It's too much.
So good.
Yeah, this is stuff that dreams. Oh my God, we ain't even mentioned Pac. Roddy Strong. Oh my God. Let's go. Bandito.
That could be a match of the year right there. AJ and Bandito could be AJ. And then when they do Forbidden Door, I just saw, oh my God, you just put Gabe Kidd in my head.
Gabe Kidd, Yoda Tsuji. Come on, man. Hiroki Goto, Zack Sabre Jr.
Nah, bro. It's too much.
It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. Give me AJ Styles doing one more. Give him have him be like, all right, I said 2026, but that's what I meant with WWE. I'm gonna go to 2027 so I could do one more Tokyo Dome. Give me Tokyo Dome. AJ Styles. Give me AJ Styles at Wembley Arena, at the Tokyo Dome, and at Arena Mexico. That's what I need.
Yo,
That's
but
all I need.
do you just see how the chat just lights the fuck up with just thinking about the possibilities? That would be times 15, 20,000 people. Like on a weekly basis, just clamoring for different dream matches, different fucking pairings, different bookings. Like it's literally you would be playing fantasy wrestling with AJ Styles.
Yeah. Most definitely. Hey, and there's always a shot he'll go back to TNA, where there's 2 matches I want to see.
Annika,
at least there's 2.
You would need Wendy's number, because Wendy could get to AJ much better than any of us could.
This is true. Or message his sons on Instagram, or either or. All right, let's get to the rest of the show. We'll talk more about AJ Styles versus CM Punk when we get to the main event. The opening matchup, though, on the show was a 6-woman tag team contest, as we had all the champs together. WWE Women's World Champion Stephanie Vicaire teaming up with WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. They went up against the Judgment Days, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez. The Judgment Day wore matching gear, all black, white, and red gear. Ripley came out to a huge pop, and the crowd sang Io Sky's name as the match began. You get Vicaire entered to a modest applause from the fans and went to work with Liv Morgan, but her Devil's Kiss attempt was broken up by Rodriguez, who kicked her in the gut. This upset the fans because they didn't get no Devil's Kiss on this occasion. Morgan had actually tagged out to Rodriguez moments earlier, but Vicaire didn't see it because she was distracted by Perez. The referee did see it, but made no attempt to get Liv out of the matchup, which was hilarious. She remained in the ring for well over 10 seconds before Rodriguez even got back in. Judgment Day maintained control for a bit as they isolated Vicaire, and then Morgan yanked Io Sky off the apron while Rodriguez attacked Ripley from behind. The referee was okay with all of this as well. Vicaire finally made the hot tag to Io, who hit Perez with uppercuts and a flying drop kick and then a corner Meteora. The Bullet Train. Morgan then saved Perez from a moonsault, but Io followed with a butterfly backbreaker. Morgan distracted the ref by messing up the ring skirt with Perez, and Perez raked the eyes of Io. Perez and Morgan hit a combo code breaker into a Russian leg sweep, which was really nice there. Io then was able to finally make the hot tag to Rhea Ripley, and then the crowd really picked up on this one. And she gave Morgan a razor's edge into Rodriguez. Ripley blocked a Pop Rocks attempt and clobbered Roxanne with the clothesline. Rhea then followed with a missile dropkick to Rodriguez, who was in the ring a long time without being legal as well. Morgan fought back with a tornado DDT on Rhea, but Io broke up the cover. Everyone started trading moves until Vicaire wiped out Rodriguez with a diving splash off the top rope to the floor. Liv then went for Oblivion, but Rhea blocked it. Perez made a blind tag and tried their combo move again, but Io was able to wipe out Liv with a flying dropkick out of nowhere. Then Rhea hits a headbutt and finishes off Roxanne with a riptide for the 1-2-3 to give the champions the victory here. All 3 winners celebrate. Corey Graves noted that Vicaire was limping by the end of the matchup, which was the same injury she's been selling the past several weeks, but the champs get the win here. This one got a bunch of time, got well over 13 minutes. This was a fun matchup. The referee being dumb and not following the rules at all was my only nitpick really of the matchup. Rhea was definitely the most over of anyone in the matchup, and it was nice to kind of see Vicaire mix it up with some of the top women in the division instead of basically fighting lower card chumps in her title reign. So this was a nice change of pace. What did you think?
This was a good match. I enjoyed this match. This match was fun. Yes, and I 1000% agree. Seeing Stephanie Vaquer mixing it up with the likes of like Liv Morgan and being in the ring with Io and Rhea. It's like almost, even though, you know, fucking Raquel is there, but it was like a 85% breath of fresh air with then seeing the person that's been ruining my experience with Stephanie's title ring.
In your camera.
Huh?
In your camera.
I mean, the camera's good today. Yeah. So nothing to crash out over this week. But it was a good match. It was well paced, like well done as well. I love the fact that they purposely saved Rhea for that really hot tag. Like they made the fans wait like all match for her. And that's what made the hot tag so special, because that crowd fucking blew up when Rhea got in that ring. Like, my God, like that shit was like 90s wrestling when hot tag right there. Like she came in, that fucking arena fucking blew the fuck up. And it's because they made them wait. They kept fucking scapegoating the tags. They kept switching Io and fucking Stephanie in there for them to take most of the damage. And that it was well done. It was a really, really well executed match. Stephanie had a really good selling job of her ankle still. Like, so she kind of made it like she like is still selling it. So she slipped off the fucking rope and still just recovered and just hit it perfectly. But I was like, yeah, she's still showing selling to the ankle, but hope, I'm not even gonna just hope anymore. I'm just gonna see it, and then hopefully we don't get a part 7 of it after next week.
I hope so. Which next week makes no kind of sense, but we'll get into that shortly.
Sure.
There was a dramatic recap of Punk versus Balor from last week. What did you think about that, since you weren't on last week's review? Punk versus Balor.
That match was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like that match was awesome. Like it just shows the mishandling of such great talent. Like you see what you have here, and then you just dangle the fruit, and you should be like, you could have it, but no, we're gonna give you the vision every fucking main event. And it was like a real breath of fresh air seeing that version of Finn Balor. Like, this was pre-Judgment Day Finn Balor that had that match with CM Punk. Loved how he came out with the old entrance. That shit was fire. Like he turned back the clock a little bit, and he got some memory back of who the fuck he is. And hopefully, I'm not gonna put too much hope into it, but
fingers crossed.
Hopefully it leads to something.
Well, we did get a backstage segment between those two men. Balor approached Punk backstage. Balor initially seemed like he was in a bad mood after coming up short last week, but said that Punk was part of the most memorable night of his career. Punk picked him up after the match and gave him his flowers, but Balor didn't return the favor, so he will now. He said, "Thank you." Punk says thank you back. Punk said that he couldn't be the best in the world unless he beat the best. Punk considered Balor one of the greats around here, and he earned the shot. Cena was gone, and there weren't a lot of guys like them left. He says AJ might be leaving after Saturday. Punk advised him that he might want to ditch the Judgment Day, though, if he really wanted to be champion and stop hanging around with scumbags like Dominic Mysterio. Punk told Finn to win the Royal Rumble, and maybe he'd see him again in Las Vegas. Punk left, and Balor nodded, and we'll get more into that a little bit later in the night. What did you think about this segment here between Punk and Balor? I think this was a nice setup for the story that we saw progress throughout the night and then culminate in the main event.
Stirring the pot a little bit. I'm not sure yet I'm not sure yet because I have so little belief in what they execute when it comes to Finn Balor. So I'm gonna just wait and see. Like it looks good, but it's looked good before. Remember getting multiple heavyweight championship matches against Seth Rollins and losing every single one of them.
Yes.
Yeah. So I it looks good because it's fresh, but I don't have much faith in it, honestly. But we'll see what happens beyond like February. Let's see if they take this shit seriously if he's involved in WrestleMania season.
We got David Foster, a new name in the chat. Good to see you. Says, should WWE feel concerned that Stephanie was clearly the fourth most over woman in that match? No, because that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The only reason why Stephanie would be clearly the fourth most over woman in that matchup is because she never interacts with any of those other women, really. She beat Io Sky at WrestlePalooza, and then the last 4 months, she has not interacted with her ever again. Liv Morgan, she had one backstage segment with, and Rhea Ripley, she's kind of just been outside the orbit from Rhea Ripley. Whereas those 3 other women that you're probably referring to, the ones I just mentioned, they've been interacting with one another for the past 2-3 years. The only reason why Liv is over like she is because she beat Rhea at SummerSlam. The reason why Io is over the way she is because she beat Rhea Ripley before WrestleMania and then at WrestleMania. The only reason Rhea Ripley is up to this level where she's the most over woman in the company is because she was interacting with all the top male baby faces for like 2 years before she really started even mixing it up with any other woman. Like, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because they've only let Stephanie Vaquer deal with Nikki Bella and Raquel Rodriguez for an whole entire 4-month reign, going on 5 months now.
And if memory can serve us, do we not remember how the crowd erupted seeing Stephanie and Rhea in the same space when Stephanie was on the come up? When seeing Stephanie and Naomi when they was on the come up, seeing whether it was Stephanie and Tiffany, seeing when she was engaged with the big dogs, the receptions were equal. But now you've basically fed the WWE fucking fans this mediocrity of the same ass people as SP has talked about and has had no big interactions. Like the minute she starts, like, fucking let Stephanie fucking interact with Asuka. Let her interact with anybody, literally anyone other than Raquel and Nikki. And you will see a big difference. But we've been fed that shit for more than a full season. What you expect?
So true. We did get a commercial specifically for the special Triple H edition of WWE 2K26. JJ, he's on 3 covers. He's on the Monday Night Wars cover. He's on the Attitude Ever cover. And then they gave him his own cover. But he doesn't like the spotlight.
This nigga is already the LVP, bro. Yo, I started dying when I saw this commercial when Paul Heyman was pitching all of this shit to Triple H. And then for them to fucking reveal himself.
Yo, he talked about all these people from the Vision being on the cover, and then he said, look, it's you. And then Triple H wanted this to be the commercial, so it doesn't look like he put himself on the cover. It was Paul Heyman. It was Paul Heyman, guys. Paul Heyman put me on the cover.
I totally now believe that this man bends over and sucks his own dick.
He goes, Stephanie, if you're not willing to do it, I'll just do it myself.
This is the epitome of unreal. Like, yo, how you put on this many covers? Like, do we really gotta see you on the Attitude Era edition, the King of Kings edition, and whatever fucking edition, the Cerebral Assassin edition, the fucking Game edition, the Authority
Evolution edition,
the
DX
Motorhead edition, the Pedigree edition, the High Knee edition,
NXT Black and Gold edition.
Yo, come on, bro. 3 covers.
I appreciate him. He's given me so much material.
Yo, he's who I want to be when I grow up. I want to be able to be this narcissistic when I get older.
This is a level of narcissism to look up to. Yeah. Yo,
I wouldn't be surprised if this is the lowest selling 2K game of all time.
I'm gonna tell my missus, I was like, I'm gonna get on one knee and we're gonna have a wedding when you can love me as much as Triple H loves himself.
Oh, that means you ain't never getting married. That means you ain't never getting married, bro.
I'm never gonna get married with her one day, but I want to reach that level of love.
That stipulation, bro, you ain't never getting married. That is a mountain she cannot climb.
Because he's like, definitely not. Hey, it's something to strive for.
You could have said Triple H loves anything, but the minute you put himself, you're out. You're out. That's it. That's it.
Next up, we had Braun Breaker with the Vision coming out to the ring. Paul Heyman did his usual shtick, called Toronto a second-rate city, and introduced each member of the Vision. He called Austin Theory, his new nickname is The Pressure.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And he introduced the tribal thief, Bronson Reed, the man who beat Roman Reigns more times than he can count. He introduced Logan Paul as one of the most famous man in the world. And he got a lot of heat for that. Then he gave special attention to the badass himself, the future WrestleMania headliner, Braun Breaker. Heyman noted that Breaker was there because Adam Pearce wanted to have a face-to-face, but Heyman wanted to examine why this was happening first. Heyman showed a replay of Pearce putting his hands on Breaker first a couple of weeks ago, and Breaker tried to kill him. Heyman then said that was not appropriate behavior for the Raw general manager. He then showed the replay of Rey Mysterio pinning Austin Theory last week thanks to Pearce planting the brass knuckles on the apron. Pearce then made his way down to the ring, and he admitted that he was wrong. He admits that things got out of hand, and he put his hands on Breaker first, so he apologizes. Breaker laughed, and then Pearce pledged to them that it would not happen ever again. Pearce knew what Heyman was going to say next, so he said that it's already made it official. Breaker's suspension was over, and he was now in the Royal Rumble match. Heyman was happy, and he asked for a handshake, but Pearce wanted to go one step further. He said that Heyman was a master negotiator, so he willingly entered Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory all in the Royal Rumble as well. Heyman was caught off guard by this, so Pearce also knew that Theory felt cheated after last week, so he put him in a matchup against Rey Mysterio tonight. Thank God Theory wore his wrestling gear. It's almost like he knew it was going to happen. That's crazy.
Wow.
When the segment was over, all the members of the Vision were happy, while Heyman was slightly confused. Cole did not know what to make of Pearce's decision here, but that led into our next matchup. I will say, after all the hype and all the time that's been put into this whole Pearce and Vision thing, this was kind of a letdown.
This segment was fucking flat as shit.
Yeah.
Like, this was, I wouldn't even call it garbage. It was just flat.
It's just flat. It's disappointing.
Right.
Like they put a lot of time into this, and then they just gave us a segment that just wasn't on the same level of even the original angle between Pierce and Breaker.
Like, even Heyman's words were flat.
Yeah.
Like, it was all just blah. And Austin Theory needs to be gone from that group yesterday. Like, even standing there, that nigga don't even look like he belonged there. He literally looks like a life-size prop extra, like a fucking wood cardboard cutout. Like, literally, he just looks like somebody that don't belong there. Like I already am still trying to like this Vision shit, but seeing Austin, it's already. Four as a party is too much. Like, it's just too much. Like, and now you're gonna have all four of them in the Royal Rumble, and none of them are gonna win it.
I mean, maybe Bron Breaker.
Sure.
If they want to get him his aura back and his push back, I mean, that's the best way to do it.
Austin Theory is actually hurting Bron Breaker's aura.
Yeah, I agree. The Vision is
all of these extra motherfuckers is hurting him.
Like, the reason they built the Vision is it's supposed to be Heyman and Seth Rollins propping up the likes of Bron Breakker, the likes of Bronson Reed. But once you took out Seth Rollins out of this shit has lost the point. It's lost the plot. And it's just a group of young guys that they are trying to propel to the main event scene, but it's just smoke and mirrors, really. It's not really the concentrated push that they wanted to seem like.
Oh, is that why they came out to start off hour 2?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. Whole group of mid-carders. Love that. Love that. Yo, the Vision is hurting Bron Breakker right now.
Yeah. Like, we got Parker Finisher says, I agree, this group looks like it sucks. Just let them do shit. I get they don't have creativity, but I liked Bronson Reed nominating people on top of cars and Braun spearing motherfuckers. The whole thing, like, you have to really think about this. Bronson Reed beat Roman Reigns one-on-one in an Australian street fight in October. What has Bronson Reed done in the past 4 months since then? Stand in the background and pretty much just stand in the background and do nothing of note.
Where's the Intercontinental Championship?
Stuck in the Judgment Day vortex with an injured guy.
With somebody not on TV. Love that.
Yep.
So you got this whole group, all of these motherfuckers, and not a single one of these niggas is going for gold.
Nope.
Love that.
The Vision is taking over, but they have not taken over anything.
None of them are going for any championships. None of them. Like, literally none of them. Like, what are they here for? Whatever. They're just here to waste our fucking time on a segment or 2 or 3 every week.
Yeah. No, AEW couldn't save this guy.
No.
Manezi says, at least they realize the Vision shouldn't dominate the show anymore. I mean, it could, but they got the wrong people in the group. You're just noting Austin Theory. I also agree with this. I think Logan Paul's not adding anything to the group.
No.
All he's doing is really taking the spotlight away from Bron Breakker. He doesn't need to be in this group. Logan Paul, like you said, like they always say, he's a viral superstar. He's a celebrity outside of WWE. Why does he need to be in this group?
This group makes no sense.
No.
They don't have vision.
There's no vision for the vision.
I just don't understand how you got 4 motherfuckers in this group and none of them is vying for anything. None of them. Like Bronson Reed hasn't, like one of these dudes should have mentioned the Intercontinental Championship. The other 2 dudes should have mentioned something about going. You had
remember Logan Paul mentioned the Intercontinental Championship like 2 months ago.
So you had a fatal 4-way tag team match on the show. But you had the Creed brothers in there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't use them for shit. You don't use them for a fucking thing. You couldn't take 2 of the Vision members and put them in there and try to make a tag team out of 2 of them?
They're not concerned with the tag team titles.
They're all 4 of them are concerned with getting Braun Breaker the single title.
Yep.
Like, what are we doing?
That's a good question. What we're doing is Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio. I've never seen that before.
No,
Theory held control with the chin lock and tried to get some heat by going after Rey's mask, but the crowd did not bite at all. The fight spilled to the floor with Rey sent Theory flying into the ring post. As the outside party started arguing, Rey hit Theory with a seated senton off the barricade. They shot that really well with the camera facing Theory, so it looked like Rey just jumped into the view. Rey then smacked Bronson Reed across the head before heading back into the ring. This led to a second commercial break. So about like 5 of the first 8 minutes of the matchup were commercial breaks. So that was funny. I got to see it, but I understand you in the US didn't. Rey went after Theory outside the ring, but Theory dumped him into the ring steps and placed him into another rest hold. Once again, this match was mostly commercials and rest holds. Rey tried a springboard crossbody, but Theory nailed him with a mid-air forearm and then hit the flatliner variation. That looked cool. Dragon Lee checked on Rey on the outsides, but Logan Paul came over and shoved him. Penta super kicked Logan, and then Dragon Lee tried to take out Bronson Reed, but Bronson caught him and drove him into the barricade. Then Logan yanked Penta off the apron and into the hardest part of the ring. Rey kicked Logan, but the distraction allowed Theory to take advantage as he hits the curb stomp on Rey for the 1-2-3. Breaker, though, he attacks Penta and Dragon Lee after the matchup as the Vision is celebrating. Then the Vision comes into the ring and they join the attack by Braun Breaker. Paul gave Dragon Lee a Paul from Grace, the frog splash off the top rope, while Braun Breaker speared Penta, and then Reed finished off things with a tsunami on Penta. They looked like they were setting up Rey Mysterio for a spear, but the referee frantically got in between them and stopped them from doing anything with Rey. We then saw in a picture that was posted up online that the referee threw up the X and apparently taken the curb stomp. Rey got himself injured. It looked like maybe a shoulder injury, if anything, but it's like, damn, not again, Rey. So they picked up Penta's ass and they gave him another spear after the matchup to take him out once again as the Vision stood tall here. So the big talking point from this matchup is the Rey Mysterio injury, which is starting to feel like I made the comparison in our True Hill Heat chat yesterday. It's starting to feel like the final years of Kobe Bryant. God bless his soul. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, the last couple of years, it was just injury after injury after injury. And it feels like we're doing that with Rey Mysterio, where all these injuries are piling up and he's 51 years old. It's going to get to the point where they're going to have to force upon him a retirement tour, because if he's injured and he's out again right before another WrestleMania, at least this is like a few months before WrestleMania, unlike last time when it was on the SmackDown right before WrestleMania. But damn, he's gonna miss out on if he has to miss out on another WrestleMania. We got to be like, dude, we got to talk about this retirement tour, this farewell tour, because I don't think you can do it anymore. Your bones are too old. You've been doing this for 30 years. Like, it's time to wrap it up. What did you think about Theory versus Ray and then the Ray injury?
Yeah, match was all right. Had a couple cool little spots in there. The curb stomp looked like shit to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, that I do not think is a move that Austin Theory needs to be doing. It looked bad. And the majority of his curb stomps looks really bad. This one looked particularly bad. Like, because he looked like he planted his foot on his back. And that caused, to a degree, like Rey Mysterio's body to turn awkwardly. Like, it looked bad from the start of it. The whole execution of the move looked bad. And if you're going to do the curb stomp, what body part you should be aiming for before gracing your foot to the ground? His head, his neck area. Like, why are you curb stomping his back? Like, in Rey Mysterio is just prone to having some of the worst fucking luck, like, imaginable. Like, this man, every time it feels like he's about to go on some type of just like lengthy little run, spot ins, have a good time with his friends, his lucha friends, he gets hurt. It's happened with the LWO. It's happened with these guys. It's just something that, and then he's not gonna heal quicker. He's in his 50s. He's not gonna heal as fast. The rigor and the rehab and what it takes to come back, it's like, damn. And he has one style. So he can't do anything other than his lucha style because of his size. So if he does anything other than lucha, it's just not gonna be good matches. So it's like he's like in a rock and a hard place because of his style. His style is very aerial, acrobatic, and it's almost like he's risking injury with every one of these moves because obviously, man, he's 51. You're not going to be as swift, and you're not going to be as fluid, and you're not going to be as able to catch yourself and adjust your body the way you normally would when he was in his prime. And it just becomes like it's like dangerous doing this at his age because he can't torque his body the way he used to, and ain't nobody that age gonna be able to do so either. But it's just like his style is gonna become more dangerous the older he gets and the more injuries he piles up. And I just hope that he recovers and everything is not as serious. But yeah, you're right. I think they do need to start having those conversations with him about, look, man, while you still healthy, man, just enjoy the time with your wife, the rest of your family. Just you've done it all. There's nothing more you need to do in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, you want to be able to walk out and enjoy life on your terms instead of being forced out.
Build up to the final matchup at WrestleMania 43 with you and Dom. Finish it off with you and your son. We get a video promo from the newly healed Natalya. She said that she made Maxxine Dupri, but Dupri failed her. Dupri didn't fail herself. She failed Natalya. Rolling with the legend didn't mean she can roll like a legend. There was a whole new Natalya, and when she was done with Dupri, she was coming for it all. And they showed Becky Lynch holding the Intercontinental Championship. She then ended things off with a new catchphrase. She says, because Natalya elevates, but Natty, she decimates. What did you think about this video promo from Natty Neidhart, ? Or Natalya? No words.
I don't believe a fucking thing that this chick says, bro. Man, fuck out of here with this shit, man. Not in the WWE.
I said this. I
Not in
said
the
this last
WWE.
week, bro.
Fuck outta
I
here.
said this to Romeo. I was like, the Natty Neidhart that people want, it's not gonna work in WWE.
Man, hell no. I ain't buying this shit. I wouldn't even buy this shit for fucking $2. Miss me with that bullshit. Like, fuck out of here. No. Ew. Like, and then they put a purple light bulb behind her for what? Like, what? Like, it's like they already silently ruining her, and she hasn't even got into the fucking ring yet. And then they still end the shit with her actual Natalya logo. They've already ruined the shit, and it hasn't even started yet. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
That's funny. Backstage, we saw your other favorite, Raquel Rodriguez. She marched around backstage, loudly screaming for Stephanie Vicaire. Bailey was nearby and called her an idiot because she was on the phone. Raquel tried to get in her face, but Lyra Valkyria got in between them. So Rodriguez said continued on her way looking for Pierce until she was attacked by Stephanie Vicaire. They start brawling with one another until officials quickly separated the two. This was an intense brawl to heat up this rivalry between the two ladies now that Stephanie is fully healthy. What did you think about this short little brawl between your favorite Stephanie Vicaire and her arch nemesis, Raquel Rodriguez?
Fucking hate everything about it. Hate everything about it. That just means that she's still in the vortex. She's trapped, even with teaming with Rhea and Io and mixing it up with Liv Morgan and Roxanne. They still put Stephanie with fucking Raquel. Like they just can't get out of their own way. They won't get out of their own way. And it's like, oh, she's becoming big. All right, let's nuke her character to a degree where the big dogs are still the big dogs, where we still got Liv, Rhea, Io, and such. That is like a pecking order. You was about to hit the pecking order. Nah, shorty. Nah, we gonna knock you down a few pegs. And put you with the chick that no one wants to see her with.
Hey, this wouldn't be the final time that we hear about this rivalry on the show, guys. Don't worry. I know you all love it. We get
unbelievable. Like why? And then what they're gonna have a Philadelphia street fight. And it's still not going to be over.
Oh, I hope it is. Please, it has to. It has to. But yo, this is the. Oh no, I'll get to that when we get to the two promos, the two backstage segments that happen later. I'll get to that. Byron Saxton, he interviews Javon Evans during the ad break. Evans made the mistake of wearing a Boston Red Sox Scully in Toronto, and he was greeted with
shit, bro.
Exactly. He said on social media, "Oh, I just like the logo." They hit him with the "Let's go Blue Jays" chant. Evans says that his goal is to main event WrestleMania one day, which means that he must enter the men's Royal Rumble match. So that's what he's doing. He's declaring for the matchup here. So Javon Evans is fully healthy. They talk about his injury from last week, but he says that he's ready to go and that he will be in the Royal Rumble this Saturday. It's like Javon Evans lives in the ad break.
When what championship, bruh. They got you talking during commercials, my nigga. Yo, the cap that be coming out of these cats' mouth is fucking, bruh. They signed you during a commercial break, my G.
Hey, he lives in the commercial break.
No,
now we get a much better interview, though, from the Ring General, Gunther. Michael Cole sat down with Gunther in the Toronto Raptors locker room. Gunther said that he agreed to Saturday's matchup because he had something to gain by ending AJ Styles' career. He was sick and tired of all these old-timers overstaying their welcome, chasing one more moment after another. He says that those moments, they belong to me. Talk about Bill Goldberg. He chased after a moment, but Gunther took it away from him. Then you got John Cena, who chased moments for a full year, but all anyone would talk about now was that he gave up to me in his final match. Now you got Styles, who had this idea of a long emotional farewell tour, but Gunther wasn't interested. Gunther noted that Michael Cole, he was also one of those old timers too. He asked Cole how long he planned on sticking around chasing a moment. He knows that he could just go over there, kick that chair out, and end Cole's career right now. But he told Cole not to worry. Gunther wanted Cole at ringside this Saturday so he can say that the career of the phenomenal AJ Styles was over. This was probably one of the best segments of the whole entire night. Even better than the opening segment. Gunther is so good as just having that villain aura. The villain feel of Gunther is unmatched. He just talks like someone that he's a man of his word. He's gonna do everything that he says. He says he's gonna retire somebody, he's gonna do that. And he made me believe he's gonna end AJ Styles' career on Saturday. What did you think about this?
Oh, I love Gunther. The way he had Michael Cole's little bitch ass just clutching his thighs.
This face by Michael Cole is gonna be a meme.
Yo. Oh my God. Michael Cole played that shit perfectly. Like he did play it perfectly because the way because that shit Michael Cole just caught a stray like out of nowhere, bro. Like this man is not even an active wrestler. This man does color commentary. And this man is talking about you chasing moments.
Chasing moment after moment after moment. Like you're one of those old timers too. How long are you gonna stick around?
Like he said, I could kick that chair and end it right now. That was some gangster shit.
Yo, that was a violation, yo.
Because it's like what makes it so cool is that it was believable. Gunther could have done that exact thing. You could have easily just visualized what Gunther said and it really happening, and there's not a damn thing that man could have done about it.
And it's also Gunther has like motivation to do it too, because we got reminded by Unreal how the whole Pat McAfee match came to be. He was about to choke out Michael Cole after WrestleMania for doing all the eating.
Yeah. And then this man is so petty. I love it. The fact that he has not let that go. He has not like he still fucks with Michael Cole till his day. It's magical for him. I love that for Gunther.
Gunther's the best heel in this damn company. Then we get one of the stupidest segments of the night. Finn Balor approaches Adam Pearce backstage, and he tells him that he's here to declare for the Royal Rumble match. Pearce says to Balor he already had his shot at the title last week, so he filled Balor's Rumble spot with someone else. He said, "I'm sorry, Finn, but the Royal Rumble was full." What? Balor said
announcing entries like last week.
Balor said the Rumble couldn't be full without him. But Pearce reiterated, "I'm sorry, Finn, the match was full." Balor left and tried to contemplate what to do next. I was like, the way Adam Pearce just curved Finn Balor is outrageous. This is embarrassing. I feel bad for Finn. Then he runs into Liv Morgan, who had to put the battery in his back. She confronted her Judgment Day stablemate, and she accused Punk of giving him a participation trophy and saying that Finn then thanked him for it. She heard Punk say that he should leave the Judgment Day, but Punk didn't really want him to be champion, while his family in the Judgment Day did. Balor said that this wasn't as straightforward as Liv thought, but he said that he would take care of it. This was a nice little next piece of the story, but it made no sense for Adam Pearce to say the Royal Rumble is full when you've only announced like 15 guys in this whole matchup. There's 30 spots.
So this nigga came out there about 30 minutes ago and put the whole motherfucking vision in the Rumble.
Even 4 niggas in the matchup.
just threw the whole vision in that bitch. But when he comes up, oh, it's full. Nigga, since when?
Sorry, it's full. Sorry.
You were still putting people in the Rumble on two-night show. Where are the other participants?
Yo, I don't want to hear.
5 minutes prior, Javon Evans fucking declared.
I don't want to hear Randy Orton, Trick Williams, or Damian Priest got into the Royal Rumble because that is foul. They had their opportunity to become number one contenders. So if you're going to keep it a buck, if you're going to keep the same energy, they shouldn't get an opportunity in the Royal Rumble either.
Yo, dog, Javon Evans literally just declared. Like he just declared the segment prior. So he took spot number 30? Yo, why are they this dumb? like, oh my God. Yo.
This was the funniest. This might have been the funniest moment of the episode.
Yo, no one on SmackDown should be declaring anymore. Because
No.
it's full. According to Adam Pearce,
what if Rey Mysterio is hurt? If Rey Mysterio's hurt and Finn still doesn't get into the Royal Rumble, that's outrageous. This is discrimination against Finn Balor.
But wait. There's more. Because someone declared for the Rumble after this segment. Help me understand this. Because the vignette is coming.
Oh, yes, I forgot. You're right.
What the fuck are we actually doing? There's a segment that you're going to read. And he's declared for the Rumble after this took place.
You had 2 people declare via video package. How you have niggas declare via email, but he can't go to the GM and be like, I want to be in the Royal Rumble.
and then you niggas is wondering if I got faith in Finn Balor's booking. The fuck?
Yes, Millennial. That's who he's talking about. Yes, he entered via package. Jordan's like, it's full, my guy. Try next year. Always, you can try next year. Always next year. Oh man. All right. Gotta regroup. Next matchup, we get Jey Uso comes out via the break. He's got no Jimmy by his side, as Cole said that he was still dealing with personal issues. You know, all prayers and love to Big Jim and Trin. Jay tried to run back his entrance music, but he was cut off by American Made. Then you had Los Americanos come out, the New Day, and the Alpha Academy for our fatal four-way matchup to determine the next challengers for the World Tag Team Championships. We also saw Scotty Barnes of the Toronto Raptors was in the front row. Did you have PTSD, JJ, seeing Scotty Barnes in the front row?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Good.
We lose regular season games. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. We get the fatal four-way starts. It doesn't say much about the tag team division that this is the field of challengers, I will say. Shouldn't be two sets of titles, to be fair. During a break, Xavier Woods confronted Cole at the announce table and loudly told him, "I am Xavier, and that's Kofi. Get it right from here on out." Cole responded, "What was that all about? Dude, you misremember black people all the time. I talked about it last week when he called Javon Evans Kofi Kingston. That shit was outrageous. That shit is outrageous. No one else mentioned that. I saw a couple of Raw reviews and no one wanted to mention that shit. Only me. Take a black man to recognize when a white man's misremembering which black man he's talking about. This shit is ridiculous. Thank you, Xavier." The crowd didn't react to anything much until Otis got going in the ring. Then they were into this. Otis just always has that effect, despite being mostly like a comedy character, that he always gets big reactions. And so did Akira Tozawa as well in this matchup. Otis got a big pop for the caterpillar elbow, but the cover was broken up. Everyone attacked Otis, so Akira Tozawa made the save and hit Bravo Americano with a sweet-looking German suplex. He then wiped out all three teams with a tope suicida. He was going crazy in this matchup. Tozawa then set up Kingston for a diving senton, but Woods distracted the referee, so Waller tripped Tozawa on the top rope. The referee admonished Waller until Jay super kicked Waller over the barricade. That distracted the New Day for Otis to beat up all the other teams single-handedly. He then slammed Julius onto Brutus, and then Tozawa finished things up with his big senton off the top rope. He then gets the cover on Julius for the 1-2-3, and Alpha Academy is your new number one contenders for the World Tag Team Championships. They will face the Usos next for the titles. They had a face-off with Jay, and they bumped fists with him, showing a bit of respect to one another. What did you think about this one? This one was a good matchup as well.
It was a decent match. But what the fuck? What are we doing? What? Otis and Tozawa getting tag team title shots after being literally irrelevant for the entirety of 2025. I guess new year, new us, huh? Yeah, love that. You know what? Like, and it took and I actually, when I was going through, I don't remember if it was Facebook or Instagram, somebody had reclipped the fucking post of Tozawa that he's been doing this for 10 years and the results are not exactly what he envisioned and blah, 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 and guaranteed that they're going to win the tag team championships. I was like, that was literally, I just read the smallest violin and I'm just like, you know what? I get it. I got it. I understand. This is their severance package. So you get your moment in the sun. And if these people don't mark all the way the fuck out during your match, good luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah, that's usually how they work with it. But Tozawa, he balled out. He got one of the biggest reactions of the whole night. And that's what I am so like bugged out about Akira, about Tozawa in general, is because he's actually good. And they treat him like he's a D-grade wrestler. Yeah.
Like, they don't even treat him like he matters at all. So it's like, get rid of him then. Get rid of him. Let him shine in pretty much any other place that he would go in and do whatever the fuck you want with Otis. But Tozawa, it's not even dirty what they're doing to Tozawa. They don't even know he's there.
Yeah. He deserves better. He's a really good wrestler when you give him a shot. When you give him this opportunity, he always knows how to stand out and gets the crowd going, gets the crowd behind him. Same with Otis. He's a comedy guy.
Fire when Tozawa started getting his shit in.
Yeah. All right, we go backstage and we go to the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. She's with Jackie Redmond, who's wearing a Toronto Maple Leafs jacket. She interviews Becky, and Becky called her win last week monumental. But Redmond wouldn't know anything about monumental wins wearing a jacket like that. Lynch noted that Natalya went after was coming after her title, and she understood that. And what she did to Maxxine Dupri, she says Natalya trained Dupri from nothing, but she remained nothing after last week. She compared it to training losers like Lyra Valkyria, like she's done in the past. Now Natalya was coming after her title, but Natalya would have to win the Royal Rumble first. But that was laughable, because Lynch was entering the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. Kairi Sane and Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors, interrupted. Sane said that Lynch would not win the Rumble because Asuka would, and Lynch was not ready for Asuka. Becky said that she was ready because she's already beaten Asuka. She's beaten her several times. Sane tried to explain this to Asuka, but Asuka said, "I heard her." She cuts her off and then tells Becky that she would see her in the Rumble. And Kairi was about to say something and wanted to touch the Intercontinental title until Asuka said, "Kairi!" Any quick thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. But yeah, not Becky declared for the Rumble. Cool. Asuka and Kyrie's already in the Rumble. That's cool, but yeah, nice little interaction. But yeah.
We go backstage to Javon Evans. He approaches AJ Styles as he's warming up for the main event. Evans hoped to see him after Saturday.
That beanie real quick.
He did. He hoped to see him after Saturday. Styles shook his hand, and then AJ Evans was like, they had like an awkward moment, and AJ said he's weird. That was strange. It was awkward.
Yeah. I mean that's YN and OG. Basic conversation right there.
Off. Then we get, during the ad break, Raquel Rodriguez. She comes on screen and she just starts cutting her promo, interrupting Byron Saxton. She says that she's looking for Stephanie Vicaire and she wants her matchup for the WWE Women's World Championship. We then go elsewhere backstage where Stephanie Vicaire told Pierce that she didn't want a match against Rodriguez. She wanted a fight. So Pierce made it official. Next week on Monday Night Raw, it will be a Philadelphia street fight. Stephanie Vicaire versus Raquel Rodriguez for the WWE Women's World Championship. I know you're happy.
The fact that we had to see this woman 3 times on our television in one show is actually insane.
Cruel and unusual punishment, huh?
What the fuck, bro? Like 3 times? Yeah. Yo, don't wish death upon us. Raquel doesn't need to win shit, bro. That means you will be seeing that shit every week.
I've heard more than one person said that they think Raquel's going to win the Women's World Championship to set up Liv Morgan winning the Royal Rumble, and it's Liv and Raquel at WrestleMania.
Who the fuck wants to see that?
I don't know.
Who the fuck wants to see that?
Not me.
Who the fuck wants their WrestleMania viewing ruined by that shit?
Not this guy. But I've heard more than one person suggest that this is what's going to happen.
If that happens, good job. Y'all just ruined the Women's Championship.
We go backstage and we see the Vision are meeting up and they're having a game plan, a strategy session where Logan Paul discusses their plan for the Royal Rumble now that all four of them are in. Logan says that they should go into this matchup with one goal, with one vision. And he says that they should ensure that one of us go on to WrestleMania and they should all ensure a victory for one man in the group, and that one man is Bron Breakker. Both Bronson Reed and Austin Theory were both in agreement, and Breakker had no discernible reaction to this, but Heyman looked pleased.
All I got from this is Logan Paul is going to eliminate Bron Breakker.
That I was like, Logan Paul being selfless? What world are we living in?
That's all I got from this, and that's why I know none of the Vision is winning this Royal Rumble. Because Logan Paul is going to eliminate Bron Breakker.
Then we had a vignette for Oba Femi. We get another Oba Femi vignette, and at the end of the vignette, we see the graphic for Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the Royal Rumble. And commentary makes it official that Oba Femi has declared for the men's Royal Rumble match.
Oh, the Royal Rumble, that's full.
Yeah.
Oh, how about that? Love that. I love that for Oba. But the Rumble's full. How'd he get in? After Pierce just told Finn that it was full.
Yep.
Yep. Love that.
That's in fact what happened.
WWE logic for you. Now, I get the Roman Reigns one because the Roman Reigns one was announced last week.
Yeah.
This was the first time the Royal Rumble was attached to Oba Femi.
This is true. We needed a segment of Pierce being like, they sent that video in earlier. Already seen the video before I aired.
Oh. Yeah. So it just coincidentally played after you told Finn that it was full.
Logic, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Finally, for the World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk going one-on-one with AJ Styles. There was a modest dueling chant at the start of this matchup as they got going. Each man went for their finisher early on, but a series of counters led to Styles applying a cradle for a 2 count. Punk got the better of their next exchange, and Styles went for an elbow and a chop to the upper back. But no, then Punk hit the Samoa Joe combination where he hits the chop to the back, then he hits the kick to the chest, and then he hits a big running knee. AJ Styles came back with a big drop kick, and then Punk fell outside. Styles hits the sliding knee on the apron. Styles was in control through the commercial break until Punk whipped him hard into the corner after the break. Punk looked like he was going for his signature combination, the lifting knee, and then the bulldog he hit. He looked like he was going for the go to sleep pose, but instead he hits the Shining Wizard, his old finisher. He gets a 2 count. Styles came back with a series of strikes and then a running forearm and then a corner splash, but Punk fired right back with a lariat and got a 2 count. Styles blocked a GTS attempt and then got a fireman's carry into the neck breaker Ushigoroshi for 2. Punk knocked Styles off the middle rope and then hits a flying elbow drop for a 2 count. Punk immediately applied the Anaconda Vice until Styles countered out of it. We get Styles trying to set up for the Styles Clash, but Punk drove him into the turnbuckles. Punk looked for another Shining Wizard, but Styles was able to catch him, and he sets him up for the Styles Clash, but Punk is able to avoid it again. Styles dumps him from the ring, and Punk blocked a sliding knee and gets him in position and hits the GTS. Punk initially tried getting Styles into the ring, but it was taking too long, so he slipped back in, but AJ was able to break the count at 9. Styles was down selling, but Punk wasn't sure what to do next, so Styles suddenly caught him with a Styles Clash, and he gets a near fall. Styles goes for the phenomenal forearm, but Punk knocked him off the top rope. They exchange strikes until Styles hits the Pele kick. Styles tried setting up for another Styles Clash yet again, but Punk was able to reverse that. He got him up on his shoulders for the GTS, but Styles got to the top rope. He held on to it. The two men struggled for a bit until out of nowhere, Finn Balor suddenly popped into the ring. He hits a running shotgun dropkick to Punk in the corner, knocking AJ to the floor. Balor then drop kicks Punk repeatedly into the barricade on the outside over and over again. It looked like they were trying to break the barricade, but they weren't quite able to do it. Balor then put Punk back into the ring. He hits him with the coup de grace. Punk rolled to his side, and then Balor went to the top and hits another coup de grace. And then finally he goes to the top yet again and hits a third coup de grace. Balor talks some trash to Punk, and he stands tall in the middle of the ring, ending and ruining this dream match between Punk and Styles to send a message to Punk that he still wants the World Heavyweight Championship. Good matchup, but disappointing at the same time. I don't think this was anywhere near the Punk and Balor matchup from last week, and nowhere in the same stratosphere of Styles and Nakamura from Saturday night's main event, which those two matches right now for me are the two best WWE matches I've seen this year so far. This one was good, but it could have been great if you either they wrestled like they wanted to have a banger right before the non-finish, but they wrestled this matchup like they knew what the finish was and they knew people would be disappointed by it, so they didn't want to give away anything, it felt like. And the crowd wasn't as into it as they were into the opening contest as well, and that was weird. What did you think?
I was really disappointed with this match, honestly. The pacing was really strange. There was a lot of like chemistry issues throughout the course of the match. This is their first time wrestling, right?
In WWE.
Yeah. But obviously that's more than a decade plus. It just felt off. Like they had good spots, they had like good moments and stuff throughout the match, but something just felt off with their chemistry. Like that's why there's so many times during the match they went into the trade-off hits, they went into the trade-off punches, and it started to like almost like feel like gears were picking up, like right closer to the end where they're trading off AJ Pele's and CM Punk kicks out of the Styles Clash and stuff like that. But it just felt off. Like something just felt off with their pace, in my opinion. And I don't know if that was just them kind of like remembering each other's styles or whatever the case may be. And Finn Balor coming out to fucking ruin the match. Just the only thing I got out of that was positive, that was AJ didn't lose, and CM Punk didn't. Obviously, CM Punk is not giving up the title, but AJ didn't lose the match, and that was the only thing I got out of it. And again, like I'm not buying what they're selling with Finn Balor, so until I see results from what they're selling with Finn Balor, I'm just not buying it. And that also just didn't make the match very great. Like if it was somebody of prominence and somebody that felt like an actual threat, then yeah. But him hitting Punk with 3 coup de grace, just to have another opportunity and lose again. Like it's empty to me. Like all of that, the main event, the ending, it just felt empty. And it was just I'd rather whether if they went into some type of draw or no contest or double count out or some shit. But Finn Balor ruining it literally for no reason because he's not going to get anything out of this.
He's probably going to be the one who faces Punk in the United Center in Chicago next month at Elimination Chamber.
And fine, and Punk is going to beat him there too.
Yes.
Like that's what it's like. Nothing is going to change Finn Balor's results. Like him being in these matches, like it means jack shit if he doesn't fucking have a chance to win any of them. So it's like we're already foreseeing another future loss coming for Finn Balor, just on a higher scale. So Finn Balor is going to return. So that's great. And then what? Back to nothing? I didn't love any of what took place in the main event, match, or post-match.
Yeah, this disappointed a lot of fans online because if this is AJ Styles' final match on Raw, it feels like a letdown that it was used to serve someone else's story and wasn't given like the right ending for this type of matchup. And this is a case where it is disappointing that WWE doesn't have time limit draws, because this would have been the perfect opportunity to do like a 30-minute time limit draw with these two guys. I think they could have still delivered a great matchup, yet neither one of them needed to lose.
Exactly. And that's what I was just like, some type of no contest finish without it being someone that is literally forecasted to be a loser. Like it just doesn't do anything for it. But sure, whatever.
But that brings us to the end of our review here, Top Guy JJ. But y'all know the deal. If you're watching us on demand, let us know in the comments down below what you thought about this week's Monday Night Raw. And if you are with us live, sound off in the live chat. Let us know your match of the night, your moment of the night, your MVP, your LVP, whether you gave this show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? And if you haven't already, drop the thumbs up on the video, share with your friends, and subscribe if you are new. But for me and Top Guy JJ, for the January 26, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw, in 3, 2, 1, thumbs in the middle from both of us. For me, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. JJ?
I'm at a 6. Main event just knocked off so much of it for me. Like,
yeah.
This
was verging on like 7.5 for me. It just needed the main event to deliver, and it just didn't.
Yeah, and that's the problem that I have with it, is just the main event had the potential to be absolutely amazing based off of what happened last week, and this one just fell so flat.
Yeah. We got Annika, who gives it a 7 out of 10. We got Davion, who gives it a 6 out of 10. Very middling episode. It just feels like it's also a weak build to Royal Rumble as well. Like they tried to build it up, but it just is one of the weaker built premium, like big 4 pay-per-views WWE has done in a while. What was your moment of the night, JJ?
Oh, Gunther threatening Michael Cole.
Absolutely. Gunther threatening Michael Cole is my moment of the night as well. MVP for the show, probably give it to Gunther as well.
You know what? Since it's essentially probably going to be their last hurrah, I'm going to give the MVPs to Otis and Tozawa for winning the Fatal 4-Way Tag match to become the number 1 contenders.
That's fair. LVP for the show.
Triple H.
Trips.
Fucking glaze fest, bro. Seeing He did a whole commercial to fucking show himself as the cover athlete. Honorable mention to Adam Pearce.
Yeah, for the Rumble being full, I think I'm gonna give it to Adam Pearce. It's gotta be,
Yeah,
and the segment came off flat as well.
For the trash segment, for lying to Finn, then showing Oba declaring after you told Finn.
Yeah. And match of the night, I'm gonna give it to the opener, the 6-woman tag.
Yes. Agree.
All right, that brings us to an end on another edition of Rated Raw Review. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Sorry for the technical issues from on my end to start the show, and thank you to Top Guy JJ for holding down the fort as I fix those. Top Guy JJ, want to give you the floor. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they will see you again.
On Instagram, you can find me at TrueHill_Top Guy JJ. And on the YouTube channel, I will be back next week for Rated Raw Review. Hopefully a better one, since this should be the Raw after Royal Rumble. So hopefully we kick off WrestleMania season on a high note. And for the flagship podcast, it will be the final Saturday in February that I will be on for the flagship podcast.
See you then. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. Earlier today, we dropped GOAT Match series with me and Jimmy Macaran watching Bret the Hitman Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13. So go over and check that out, and check out all the great content we got on the channel, like our flagship podcast, True Hill Heat 365 from this past Saturday, talking about Austin and Rock's potential returns, evil to WWE and the whirlwind week that was for Trey Miguel. Check out our Saturday night's main event review with me and the True Jaw Josh, breaking down all the action from this past Saturday in Montreal. And I will be back with you live on Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, with AE Ramble reviewing this week's AEW Dynamite, talking all about Swerve Strickland versus Andrade and much, much more. So join us live for that. We got True Hill Heat cuts dropping tomorrow. We got a True Hill Heat check over on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment tomorrow at 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time with me and Chris G, breaking down the latest in basketball, including our mid-season awards. So join us live for that tomorrow at 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time. For Top Guy JJ, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been Rated Raw Review number 104. What's your legacy? For the January 26, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw. We are signing off until next time.
3 covers. Gotta be fucking kidding me.